Hello, wonderful friends, and welcome back to Bible Story Haven. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Are you ready for a beautiful story? Today, we're going to travel way back in time to a place with lots of sand and bright, shining stars. We'll hear a touching story from the book of Genesis about a woman named Hagar and her son, Ishmael. It's a powerful story that reminds us of something very, very important. God sees every single one of us, especially when we feel forgotten or all alone. So, let's get comfy, open our hearts, and listen to this incredible tale. Our story begins with a very special couple, Abraham and Sarah. God had given them a huge promise. He said they would have so many children and grandchildren that they would be like the stars in the sky. Can you imagine that? But as time went by, year after year, Abraham and Sarah grew older, and they still didn't have a child. Sarah started to feel very sad and impatient. She wanted God's promise to come true so badly that she came up with her own plan. She had a kind servant named Hagar, who had come with them from a faraway land called Egypt. In her sadness, Sarah went to Abraham and said, "Maybe God wants me to have a family through my servant, Hagar. Please take her and have a child with her, and that child will be like my own." In those days, this was something people sometimes did, but it wasn't God's perfect plan. Abraham listened to Sarah, and soon, Hagar knew she was going to have a baby. At first, Hagar might have felt important, but things quickly became very difficult. Sarah, seeing that Hagar was going to have the child she had longed for, became jealous and upset. She started to treat Hagar unkindly. Imagine how Hagar must have felt. She was far from her home in Egypt, living in a new land, and now the person she served was being harsh with her. Her heart was probably filled with confusion and sadness. She felt lonely, scared, and completely misunderstood. The joy she might have felt about her baby was now covered by a cloud of sorrow. It all became too much for her to bear. So one day, Hagar made a difficult choice. She ran away. She packed what little she had and fled into the vast, quiet wilderness. The desert is a big, lonely place. The sun beats down during the day, and at night it can get very cold. As Hagar walked, with tears probably streaming down her face, she must have felt like the most forgotten person in the whole world. Who would ever find her out here? Who even knew she was gone? Who cared about her and the little baby growing inside her? She found a small spring of water, a little oasis in the middle of all that sand, and she sat down, her heart heavy with despair. She was truly alone. Or so she thought. But you and I know a secret, don't we? We are never, ever truly alone. Because God is always with us. And right there, in the middle of the lonely desert, something amazing happened. An angel of the Lord appeared to Hagar. Imagine that. A bright, gentle messenger sent straight from God. The angel didn't scold her or tell her she was wrong to run away. Instead, the angel spoke with kindness. The first thing the angel asked was, "Hagar, servant of Sarah, where have you come from, and where are you going?" Just by calling her name, the angel showed Hagar that she was known. She wasn't just a runaway servant. She was Hagar. God knew her name. Hagar answered honestly, "I am running away from my mistress, Sarah." Then the angel gave her a message of incredible hope. The angel told her to go back and that God would be with her. And then came the most wonderful promise. The angel said, "You will have a son, and you shall name him Ishmael." Do you know what the name Ishmael means? It means God hears. Isn't that beautiful? God was telling her, "I have heard your cries. I have seen your sadness." The angel continued, promising Hagar, "I will increase your descendants so much that they will be too numerous to count." This was a promise just like the one God gave to Abraham. God was telling Hagar that her son, Ishmael, would also become the father of a great nation. He wasn't forgotten. He was part of God's big plan too. In that moment, sitting by the spring in the wilderness, Hagar's heart must have overflowed. She had run away feeling invisible and unloved, but now she knew the truth. The king of the whole universe had seen her. He had heard her, and he cared about her. Filled with a new sense of peace and wonder, Hagar gave a special name to the Lord who had spoken to her. She said, "You are El Roi," which means the God who sees me. She then said, "I have now seen the one who sees me." Think about that. Hagar felt so seen and so loved that she gave God a name that would forever remind her and us that He is always watching over us with love. She wasn't just a servant anymore. She was a woman who had met with God face to face and had been given a promise for her child. With this new hope in her heart, Hagar found the strength to do what the angel had asked. She returned to Abraham and Sarah. And just as the angel had promised, she gave birth to a baby boy. Abraham named him Ishmael, just as God had commanded. Hagar held her precious son in her arms, and every time she looked at him, every time she said his name, she would remember. She would remember that day in the desert. She would remember that God is El Roi, the God who sees. And she would remember that He is also the God who hears. What an incredible story. Hagar's journey teaches us something so important. Sometimes life can feel like a desert. We might feel lonely, sad, or like no one understands what we're going through. We might even feel like running away. But Hagar's story is a promise whispered to each of our hearts. God sees you. He knows your name. He hears you when you are sad, and He cares about every single one of your tears. You are never, ever invisible to Him. Just like He met Hagar in her loneliest moment, He is with you in yours. He is El Roi, the God who sees you. And He loves you more than words can say. Thank you so much for joining me today at Bible Story Haven. I hope this story of Hagar and Ishmael filled your heart with comfort and hope. Always remember, no matter where you are or what you're facing, you are seen, you are known, and you are loved by God. If you enjoyed our story, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next adventure into the Bible. We can't wait to see you again soon. Bye for now.